Hello guys and welcome back to another video. This time around we're gonna talk about the big lie, the big compound lift lie of the century. Now, what is it comprised of? That some people believe that lifts like bench, squat and deadlift, they're absolutely mandatory for growth and especially are absolutely broken tier for beginners. Let's deep dive into that quickly though. First things first, I want to take a look at the big guy fallacy. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of beginners think that big guys in the gym, they must know what they're talking about. That's why they got big, no? They must know what they're talking about, right, Chad? Let's look into it. Yeah, bro. This is one of the statements they make. Yeah, bro. I already did squat, bench, and deadlift and got huge. They don't say the part about steroids. But let's keep it going. They don't forget about that one. But it's okay. Let's keep it going. Yeah, bro. Eat big to get big. Just eat big to get big, bro. Yeah. 6,000 calorie diet, lol. They forget the part that they get fat without steroids. Yeah, without gear, sorry. But yeah. Alright. And another one that is a bit interesting. If you're a newbie, you can recover from anything. Of course, that's true, until you get injured. All of us can recover from anything until we get injured, of course, but they forget to mention that part, and yeah, it's not nice when you get injured. Now, why do most people get stuck here? The big three, they absolutely work, especially for beginners. Like, you can put a ton of weight and you can go crazy with it and you can make tons of progress so quickly that you just like, wow, this is insane. I have to do this for the rest of my career. This is the best thing ever. Nothing comes close to it. The reason they believe that is because they've never actually trained properly. If you actually learn how to train properly, you will get far better results from using compounds and isolations too. Instead of just doing compounds and believing like, yeah, bro, my abs will develop just from squats and deadlifts. Yeah, bro, I'll get big biceps just from what deadlifting and benching. Lol. Yeah, bro, I'll get big chest just from benching only. Yeah, they start using that and they believe that that's the only thing they need, which is not true. Another one is impatience. It is very hard to do isolations because you're doing with so little weight you get discouraged. When you start going to the gym, you're gonna start using the 4 pound dumbbells to do lateral raises and bicep curls, and those don't look pretty. They look blue, or sometimes they're even pink. And you just get like, I can't do this. Like, if I cannot lift at least 10 kilograms, or I don't know whatever Americans use. If I cannot use at least 10 pounds when I'm doing bicep curls, then it's over for me. I should just give up on the gym and just do something else, which is absolutely not true, and you should definitely do not do that. It's part of the process. We all start somewhere. I started benching the empty bar, and I couldn't do it properly. I used to lateral raise with 4 kgs. I had to bicep curls 4 kg. That was my first day in the gym. And that was hard for me at the time. But yeah, you live and you learn. You live and you grow. It's about time. So another the big problem that beginners have is impatience. They lack impatience. They lack patience and they want to go hard for the compounds because they see, yeah, bro, if I train hard on the compounds, I can add 1 more kilo. I can have 5 kilos. Wow, I am benching 30 kgs. That is crazy. But their form deteriorates. They start having little pains in my elbow and my shoulder, maybe a little bit, and they just brush it off as I'm just sore. But that's not good. It's not good. Now, why do you actually need isolations? Well, during the compound lifts, you cannot properly target one muscle. You're using one or two more muscles. No, excuse me, you're using two or more muscles. That's why it's called a compound lift. For example, for the bench, you're using mainly your chest, your triceps, and your front deltoid or anterior deltoid, whatever terminology you want to use, right? You're using three muscles. And usually, what will fail first, shocking, will be your shoulders, not really your chest, not really your triceps, and yeah, you will be benching with the shoulders. There's different techniques to involve the chest a lot more and less the shoulders, but that's more advanced. For beginners' sake, doing bench press is absolutely amazing and it's really wonderful. But you also need some type of chest fly variation to just work the chest alone so you can give it enough stimulus to grow. Another one is for shoulders. Yeah, bro. I do bench. I bench press. I don't need to do front shoulder raise or shoulder bench press. It's just not good enough. Like, you're not giving enough volume to that muscle, so it will not grow as efficiently as you want it to be. And for the abs, oh my days, the lie of the just squat, bro, just deadlift, bro, and you'll get abs, bro. Yeah, that does not work, chat. That does not work. I tried it for many long years, and yeah, it doesn't work. The only time I have started to actually blow up was when I actually started directly training them, which is absolutely, yeah, just crazy. You believe, you never believe that, yeah, bro, just train abs, lol. It actually works. It actually works, trust me. And for forearms, if you actually want big forearms, which I don't really care about, but maybe you do, just isolate them. Lol. You cannot just get big forearms just from deadlifting. Like, you cannot do that. Like, that's not gonna happen, buddy. I'm sorry to tell you. You're gonna have to train them as isolations. And now, what do you actually do instead? Instead of just focusing only on the compound, what do you actually do? Well, let's go back to the basics, right? Train hard. Go in the gym. Train hard. Train with intensity. Go close to failure. Nobody says go to failure, but get close to it. 1 to 3 reps, shy from failure, is good enough. Okay? Train hard. Train with intensity. Train like you actually want to train. You know what I mean? And sleep enough. It's very important to actually sleep enough because most people don't actually get enough hours of sleep at night, and because of that, their recovery suffers. Their life enjoyment suffers, and yeah, they don't want to go to the gym because they're like, I'm tired, I'll go tomorrow. Then tomorrow turns into another day, and tomorrow turns into next week, and tomorrow turns into a month, and tomorrow turns into, oh yeah, bro, on 1st of January, I'll go to the gym. Sure, buddy. Anyway, eat good quality food. Like, a lot of people in the beginner phase of training, they start to look at protein powders and like all this stuff of like protein rich meals and protein shakes from the supermarket, and they forget the importance of micronutrient needs, of vitamins and nutrients and antioxidants. They don't know about that, and they believe, oh yeah, bro, that's all I need, it's protein and carbs and calories. And no, that's not it. But yeah, it's part of the learning phase of learning everything about going to the gym and trying to actually maximize your not only your performance but also how you feel outside of the gym. Also, another thing, legit, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you don't need a 5,000 calorie deficit to lose weight, or a 5,000 calorie surplus to gain weight. I'm sorry to tell you this, but you don't need that big of a deficit or a surplus. Okay, for a surplus, maximum 500, same for the deficit. Beyond that point, it's gonna be so detrimental to your well-being that you won't actually feel like training, and you will just want to go home and either sleep all day or just eat junk all day. Cause yeah, you're like, oh yeah, bro, I have to get in 6,000 calories, and I can't eat 6,000 calories worth of clean food. I have to binge, and I have to fucking, yeah, just binge and eat all this bad stuff. Like, yeah, no, don't do that, buddy. Don't do that. With all the respect. And don't be stressed, lol. Try to calm yourself. In the gym, it's fun to blast rock music and train hard and go with hip hop music or whatever you like. But outside of gym, try not to be so stressed. Okay, life is hard, but you gotta try to not be so stressed all the time. You gotta try at least, you know. And just the food for thought or whatever they call it. Remember, train hard, eat well, and sleep. Okay? Compounds are awesome. Isolations are awesome. Combined, they're incredible. On their own, at some point, you'll fail. Okay? That's about it. That's the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye, lol.